Hi, this is Balaji, Astro Professor, Department of Mechatronics Engineering, SNS College of Technology. So today we are going to see about the coordinate measuring machines, uh, which is used for to measure the machine components in precise way. Okay, basically the machine components it has a three-dimensional objects, and then in a single component has a different kind of objects. Like it can have a the automobile cars, cars car doors. It has a many kind of surfaces and spaces and dimensions in the single component. Okay, it has one rectangle surfaces, it has some square surfaces, it has some circle surfaces. Okay, so if you want to measure the all those surfaces, all those 3D modelings in a single machines, you have to use the coordinate measuring machines. Okay, in precise way. Okay, basically people are using for those kind of measuring purpose. In traditional way, people use some vernier calibers, and then some kind of slip gauges, and then dial gauges. Okay, those things it is used for manual measuring purpose. Okay, but in this coordinate measuring machine, it is used as a automated measuring machines in for the dimensions. Okay, so and also we can measure the dimension in multi-surface purpose. Okay. So basically, I need to give an introduction about that in CMM. The first CMM, which was probably introduced by Italian company like Digital Electronic Automation Industry. This company is only same the basic CMM, which is used for to measure the all kind of surfaces in terms of coordinate metrology. Okay, in terms of coordinate metrology, and then CMM will have the considered as a transducer that can be convert the physical measurements in the electrical signal. That's the main thing. We can call as a probing. We can see this probing in the 3 or 4 slide. Okay. So basically, coordinate measuring machine is a three-dimensional device which used to measure the physical geometrical characteristics for a single for an object. Okay, in the object you can have a many kind of surfaces like Madam said. In previously dimensions, surfaces, three diameters, and then rectangles, and then length and width. Those things you want to measure in a single probing. You can measure all those things. Okay, and then you have to take the dimension from the two-dimensional sheets like 2D data, and then you have to take the data from the CNC machine data too. Okay, you have to combine those data, and then you have to combine the data from the CMM also. Okay, so you have to get the data from CNC, you have to get the data from 2D sheets, and then you have to get the data from CMM to output. Okay, the CMM will compare the output from to your CNC and then 2D data. Okay, so precisely it gives us some output. How much is vary? How much equal to the original data? Okay, like you can see in the image, it has some bridge like vertical bridge and horizontal bridge, and then it has moved to the vertical horizontally, and then lengthwise you can consider is it has moved to up to down and then left to right. Okay. So what I'm saying, in the screen you can see basically on the if your main part main part of the CMU is a CAD system, and then CNC machine tools. Okay, from the CAD system you can get the data about the what is the 2D diagram, and then CNC machine you get the data about the what are the dimensions. Okay, how is the main tool? It has move on to the every surfaces. Okay, and then every coordinates it has to measure. Okay, like 0 comma 0 comma 0 xy is that it's a starting point. All those data will be getting from the CNC tool, and then the measuring surface is also starting from 0 comma 0 comma 0. It's a probing a single starting single point. It's also measuring like if you want to measure the square data, the initial point, and then it moves to the first dimension, second dimension, third dimension. Okay, those things are measured by a in single probing data, single probing. Okay. So basically, in the screen, you're having a bridge type CMM. Okay, it has a three type of coordinates. This axis are orthogonal to each other typical three-dimensional system, which has a scale system that indicates the location of the axis. Okay, the machine will read the input from the touch probe generated by the operator and program. Okay, to the machine that uses the XY coordinates to reach those points to determine the size of position with the micrometer precision typically. Okay, so in the screen you can have a the image about the what the CMM. Okay, we have environment sensors and then some saddles and then bridges also available. In the x-axis we having a probing, and then in the x and in y and other axis we having some objects to move, and then we initially have to control the all those machines by using some manual controls, but likewise in present machines it has some automation devices also available. Okay, like so it's a coordinate machining is a three-dimensional image. You can have a object in your base, and then in probing it will be give a dimension in the z-axis, and then y-axis z-axis, and then it will measure all those of diameters, and then all those gears also, gear dimension also, and then third dimension also. Okay. So that's all about the introduction about the CMM. And then remaining things about the CMM, we can see our next video. If you want to go through about the CMM, what we have discussed in our last three slides. Initially, we have discussed about the introduction, and then the definition about the CMM, and what the use of CMM, and then how CMM is framed actually. Yeah, it has to be get the data from CAD system, and then it has to get the data from CNC machine tool, and then you have to combine the data, and then we have to measure the surfaces from what we have the object in the CMM, and then we have to measure the dimension by using probing, and then we have to compare the data from all those CMM and then CNC machine tools. So if any errors in the comparative data, and then we have to change the two-dimension data in the 2D sheets, and then furtherly we can use it convert the image in our CMM, and then we can easily modify the precisely, and then finally you can get the easy data. Okay, so this is all about the CMM. And the remaining things you can see our next video. Okay, thank you.
Right, that actually